Good day to you and welcome to another Paddocks Club video tutorial. Today we're going to deal with an issue raised by Karen van Rooyen on the discussion forum, and that is noise from pets in a neighboring complex. How do we deal with nuisance that pets in a neighboring complex make? In this particular case, the constant barking of dogs. Well, this is a different situation from noise nuisance within a scheme. And that situation we unpacked fully in video tutorial 106 if you want to look at it, and we covered there some of the principles that apply in regard to nuisance. But in this case, strictly speaking, it isn't a scheme management problem at all, because it isn't the body corporate or all the owners that are being negatively affected. It is in fact a problem for the owners who are directly affected by the noise. So the trustees could, in theory, tell them to deal with it themselves. But assuming that the trustees don't do that, they in fact agree that they should get the body corporate involved to try to resolve the problem. I'm going to give you the details of an action plan. So first, make sure that the barking is in fact so loud and long-lasting that it is in fact a real problem to people using their properties in the complex. Neighbour noise is not considered to be a nuisance, and it is unless it is so loud and persistent that a reasonably robust person cannot enjoy the use of their property as a result. The municipal bylaws will often specify a particular noise level, say 65 decibels or so, that is the level at which a noise becomes considered beyond what is tolerable by neighbours. But assuming that the noise is a nuisance, get a list of all the people in the scheme that are directly affected and get their written confirmation of the frequency of the noise and how loud it is and also how it affects them. Then make an appointment to see the people who manage the neighbouring complex and explain the problem, asking that they confirm which properties are involved if you are at all unsure as to which properties are occupied by the dogs that make the noise. If the problem is substantial and it persists despite the efforts to have it stopped, then the persons affected themselves have to come to the fore. They will have to lay complaints with the local authority on the basis that the bylaws controlling noise nuisance have been breached. Each local authority may have different specific requirements, but you can expect when going to the local authority to make such a complaint to have to provide the following information: the name and ID number and physical address of each complaining person. And obviously the more that complain, the better. The more likely it is that the local authority will take the complaint seriously. You have to give the exact nature and extent of the noise with dates and times. This means that before being able to go to the local authority, you have to actually allow the noise to continue for some time, making careful notes of the times and the dates. You have to give a description of how the noise negatively impacts on the convenience or the peaceful occupation of the person who's complaining. You have to give the exact physical address of the property from where the noise originates. The local authority is not going to come out and investigate it. They're not going to come and listen for the noise. If possible, the contact details of the person who is either allowing or causing the nuisance must be given. The history of the complaints, as well as evidence of efforts to resolve the matter informally before making the complaint. Those must be brought to the local authority. And of course, as much evidence as possible. And this could include recordings. Now, most people have cell phones with the capacity to record sound, whether as part of a video or separately. And so that's an ideal way in which to actually give the local authority an impression of how loud this is. I hope that this has been of assistance, but if you have any questions, please ask them on the discussion forum.